Hi friends, Borolesa here. Today we will see the application of BJT or transistor as a switch. Here in the diagram we have seen input is applied to the base via a resistance RB. Collector is connected through resistance RC to the supply voltage. The voltage between collector to emitter is the output voltage. The input current is IB, output current is IC. Now, the transistor as a switch in which BJT is operated in cutoff to saturation region. In cutoff, the device acts as a off state switch, and in saturation, the device acts as a open switch. Let us see how. BJT as a off switch. BJT is operated in the cutoff region. Say when input voltage is 0, the base current is 0. When base current is 0, the transistor base to emitter junction voltage is 0. And therefore, no base current, therefore there is no collector current. When there is no collector current, the voltage drop across RC, that is IC into RC, will be 0. And therefore, output voltage is VC is equal to VCC minus ICRC. Since IC is 0, ICRC will be 0, and therefore VC is equal to VCC. So if you see the equivalent circuit, it is analogous to a transistor working as a off switch. See, in this case, in this circuit, when the switch is off here, the output terminal is connected to VCC via RC, and no current is flowing through RC, and therefore output voltage comes out to be VCC. Now let us see, when input voltage or positive input voltage is applied, let us consider that the transistor is NPN transistor. Sufficiently high input voltage cause base to emitter junction to be in hard forward bias or deep in forward bias, that is in saturation. So causes the base current to flow that is larger than the active region base current, that is called IB sat. Due to this, the large current is flowing in the collector circuit, that is IC, denoted as IC sat, and IC sat is beta times higher than IB sat. Now, when this large current flows through a resistance RC, it produces the voltage drop across RC. And therefore, output voltage VC is equal to VCC minus ICRC. Since ICRC is approaching to VCC, therefore VCC minus ICRC is equal to 0, or VC is very small. If you compare it with a switch, when switch is on, see, the output terminal is connected to ground. So output voltage across the switch when it is on is 0. And current flowing through the switch is whatever the current that is coming through RC, that is going through the switch. So when switch is on, the current is maximum and voltage across it is 0. Same thing happens in BJT whenever it is in the saturation state, and therefore we can say that BJT can act as on switch whenever it is driven into saturation. Here the waveforms are shown. When suppose the positive input voltage is applied to the circuit, see the waveform. So from T0 to T1, the positive input voltage is applied, which is sufficiently high to drive the BJT in saturation state. And therefore, large current base current flows, that is greater than IB sat, and therefore which causes the large current to flow in the collector circuit. And therefore, VC is equal to VCC minus IC into RC. Since ICRC is approaching to VCC, VCE will be approaching to 0. And therefore, you will see that during this portion 0 to T1, the voltage across the transistor, that is output voltage, will be VCE sat, that is equal to 0. From T1 to T2, since input voltage is 0, the device BJT is in off state because no base current is flowing. Because of no base current, there is no collector current. If there is no collector current, there is no voltage drop across RC. And therefore, from the equation of VCE, VCE is equal to VCC minus ICRC. Since ICRC is 0, therefore VCE is equal to VCC. So during T1 to T2, you will see VCE is equal to VCC. The same thing happens when the switch is in off state. And therefore, from 0 to T1, the transistor acts as on switch since it is in saturation. And from T1 to T2, the transistor is in cutoff region. So the cutoff region means the collector current is cut off, means 0. And therefore, it is acting as a off switch. This is all about transistor as a switch. In the next session, we will see the another device, that is field effect transistor, called FET. That's all. Bye bye.